So Pete Dunne is apparently staying with WWE. According to Fightful Select, Sean Ross Sapp said that Pete Dunne has agreed to terms on a long-term deal with WWE. Sources confirmed that Dunne agreed to apparently a 3-year deal that is said to have personally been offered by Triple H before he was sidelined recently. So that's good to know that he got a parting gift to Pete Dunne on his way out. So that's interesting. So Pete Dunne now, he's not going to AEW. All that talk is over. Trevor, how big is this re-signing for WWE? Because they were losing some quality talent, but they were able to keep Dunne.
I mean, it's huge, especially since they were just giving talent away. This is absolutely huge for them. Hopefully they do right by Dunne, so he wants to stay a little longer. But yeah, I mean, he seemed to be happy. He spoke a few times about how he liked his relationship with Triple H, his relationship with the company. So it seems like they have a healthy working relationship. So, let's hope it works out for him.
Yeah, let's hope it works out. I mean, this was absolutely crucial if you're WWE to keep Pete Dunne because you had already lost. You'd lost out some big fish. You'd lost out on Bryan Danielson. They couldn't get a deal done with him. You lost out on Adam Cole. They couldn't get a deal done with him. And they're all going to one place right now. They're all going to one place. Bray Wyatt, we'll talk about that later in the show, might be headed to that very same place. So at a certain point, when you're losing all this talent and you're not replacing it, it becomes a huge concern, especially when the other place that they're going to apparently knows how to use talent and use them to make their show better. So this was a huge re-signing for WWE, and it might be a sign that he might get called up to the main roster sooner rather than later, considering they've lost a lot of people, and he's just signed a new 3-year deal. They want to probably get him more involved in what's going on the main roster, get him more involved in storylines, expose him to a bigger audience. So I think that could be happening. But the other thing to take away from this is I just wonder what they do with Pete Dunne on the main roster, what he could become, because his gimmick with the Bruiserweight, I think he would be a good opponent for Roman Reigns. I really think he would be a really good opponent for Roman Reigns.
Good one. That would be a definite good one. I think their styles would meld very well together, and just Pete Dunne's overall aesthetic and his attitude, I think will work very well with Roman Reigns. But again, we don't know what show he would go on. But I don't know. That could be a potential opponent he drops the belt to.
Maybe. I just know that if I was Pete Dunne and I'm in those negotiations, or if I was a talent to the level of Pete Dunne and I was in those negotiations, there's like 3 things right off the bat that, knowing that AEW probably wants me, knowing that I could make similar money to on the indies or wherever, right? Because of how great the wrestling scene is. I'm asking for 3 very simple things. 1, I'm asking for a no-cut clause in my contract. You can't cut me before my contract is up. That's like baseline. That's like guaranteed. Yep. 2, I'm asking for not creative control, creative input, and that's something I'd negotiate with. Like I'd be willing to, let go of that a little bit if I got the no cut clause. That'd be kind of a negotiating tool. And the other thing that I would really want in my contract are limited dates, limited schedule. Like I would leverage the hell out of this situation. If I'm a talent, if you're one of these people whose contract is coming up, if you're Johnny Gargano, if you're Sami Zayn, at least get a no-cut contract where they can't release you for no reason whenever they want to. Get that in your contract. That is a big freaking deal because it gets you your money, and it saves you like possibly like it helps you plan too. It helps you plan for your future. You're going to be there.
Yep, definitely. I totally agree. That's a good one. And another one I would say is I would only go up to the main roster if I'm going to SmackDown.
Just like I'm going to SmackDown. This is fucking Bob Holly. Yeah. Right. I'll never forget that. Bob Holly Vince had a big meeting backstage, and he got everyone together backstage, stood up on a chair and said, "All right, pal, guys, let's start thinking ways everyone can help. What's the best thing we can do right now to beat WCW?" Bob Holly raises his hands. "Yeah, you can give me the belt." Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.